Safe Routes to School is a new federal program that brings together many different elements that have been building over the years. There's a need for children to get more physical activity, to try to combat the obesity crisis and the diabetes problem. There's a need to try to get fewer cars on the road. Of course, costs are phenomenal. The cost of busing kids, the cost of the parents driving the kids to school every day. So all of these things are coming together to support the Safe Routes to School program, which started in 2005. It's under the Safety Law, the new federal transportation law, and it mandated that each state have a Safe Routes to School coordinator and establish a program so they can improve both the educational and encouragement and enforcement side of the program, and also the engineering side. The Safe Routes to School program, Florida's program, has a lot of things that have been supporting it through the years that put us in a real good position to launch the Safe Routes to School program. In 1992, Florida became the first state to have a statewide school crossing guard program. And under that program, our crossing guard administrator trains the local crossing guard trainers, and then they train the guards. So there's more uniformity of the crossing guards, the way that they operate in Florida than in any other state, and we're still the only state that has a statewide program. Also, about that time, the Florida Traffic and Bicycle Safety Education program started at the University of Florida, and this is also a train-the-trainer program where the University of Florida personnel train phys ed teachers and other youth leaders, and then they in turn train the children on how to walk more safely and how to do the on-bike skills. And it's usually done as part of a physical education program. Sometimes it's done as a summer program or an after-school program. In the past, we have created some supports that the law enforcement agencies can draw from. The Florida Bicycle Association did a series of 3 CDs training law enforcement officers and training bicyclists on how to interact more safely. And also there's the Bicycle Law Enforcement Guide and the Pedestrian Law Enforcement Guide, which summarize what the laws are pertaining to bicyclists and pedestrians and which laws are the most critical for law enforcement agencies to enforce. We had the Courtesy Promote Safety program under a traffic safety grant, and that was working with Dr. Ron Van Houten, and it's teaching children and adults how to more safely cross the street by making eye contact with the driver, holding out your hand to say, okay, I'm intending to cross the street, and then thanking the driver, waving and thanking the driver when they do yield to you. This is research-based, that in St. Petersburg they found out at the beginning that only 3% of drivers were yielding to pedestrians, and then after they implemented the program it went up significantly. I believe it was in the 80% tile of yielding. We trained law enforcement officers to do bicycle and pedestrian law enforcement. We took them out on the street and did an intersection enforcement program. And under this, the law enforcement officers were trying to cross the street in plain clothes as a regular pedestrian, and whenever a driver did not yield correctly to them, there would be uniformed officers right up the street that would pull them over, give them an information brochure and say, you've just failed to yield to a pedestrian. This is what the Florida law says about your duty to yield to pedestrians, and this is how many pedestrians were injured or killed in the last year in this area. A lot of things are really coming together to advance bicycle and pedestrian safety in Florida, and many other states are now coming to us to find out how we did the crossing guard program or how our traffic safety education program is going. We were also the first state to do the specialty Share the Road tag. The proceeds from this tag help to promote bicycle and pedestrian safety. And I think the time is right with the economic situation and everything to really make some great advances in Florida.